Assalamualaikum and greetings to Madam Nur Azira binti Abbas. My name is Nur Izzati and I will be the presenter for introduction part.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Husnina binti Zabri and I will be the presenter for analysis problem discussion.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Anis Sofia binti Sulaiman with the matrix number 019241712. I'll be the presenter for the issue and conclusion part.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Zabir Ramli and I will be the presenter for application or recommendation solution and decision making.
Effective industrial relations require both management and workers to maintain harmonious relationship with one another and to work together to achieve production goals. Furthermore, a positive relationship leads to increased worker efficiency. In addition, industrial relationships are important to workers because they can benefit them in a variety of ways. For example, it protects workers from unethical management practice that exploit workers by subjecting them to inhuman workers' conditions and low wages. In a nutshell, industrial relation is the relationship between an employer and his workers where those workers belong to a trade union. When an employer and a trade union are unable to agree on the contents of a collective agreement, their dispute will be settled by the Department of Industrial Relations. From the article entitled Workers' Rights Should Not Be Hindered by the Government, it states that trade unions are shocked that Human Resources Minister Richard Riot has decided not to refer to the wrongful dismissal and reinstatement claims and is denying these workers the right to have their claim. This is not fair to workers because they have the right to make a claim for wrongful dismissals at the industrial court, which include reinstatement or compensation in lieu of reinstatement and back wages.
The highlighted issues of this article is on Malaysia's government, the Minister of Human Resources, who has decided not to investigate and take note of the 3,600 Malaysian airline system employees who have been subjected to unlawful dismissals and replacement to the industrial court. Besides that, he also refuses to consider their claim and make a judgment as quickly as possible because he does not believe that the employees have the right to do so. As a result, the 32 undersigned organizations, labor unions and groups were surprised by these problems since the minister failed to play the function of the Ministry of Human Resources in establishing the rights of employees, instead of denying all claims and avoiding accountability.
For the analysis/problem discussion, Malaysia Airline System MAS formed a new business, Malaysia Airline Berhad, which is fully controlled by the Malaysian government. During the process, the government fired all MAS personnel and rehired only a few. Instead of following modern legal concept like last in, first out, the government utilized an unreasonable procedure that infringed workers' rights. The government must decide whether the topic of workers' claims should be sent to industrial court with the presence of the affected workers' right to be heard. The decision not to refer the claims was made just 2 years after the incident and also delayed the filing of claim with the Industrial Court Department RID. This followed the termination of their employment contract and acceptance of the Volunteer Separation Scheme (VSS). Many unions have been unable to take action as the National Union was deregistered by the government. The National Union of Flight Attendants Malaysia emerged as the result of a secret ballot with 62.73% of the vote and was eventually recognized by MAS when the Director General of Industrial Relations issued a formal letter to approve it. It is very regrettable that Malaysia workers' rights are not safeguarded and are rapidly worsened. Nonetheless, when Malaysia finally agreed to join the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement (TPP), it had to meet the preconditions which include qualifying Malaysian labour and trade union legislation to meet international labour standards.
So now here is the application or recommendation solution that we can suggest. So the first one is read the contract carefully. By reading the contract carefully, it can help the employer decide to evaluate their treatment of you in the future. So the second one is claim compensation if they were dismissed for an automatically unfair reason. That means they fail to give you notice in accordance with entitlement set out in your contract of employment. So the last application is good and smart employee to the company. Employees need to respond to any wrongful dismissal or discrimination complaints that workers do in the company. If an employee believes that they have been discriminated against, employees must ensure that they are comfortable reporting the discriminatory behavior. Employers should train their employees on how to file a complaint and promote an open door policy without getting in trouble. So now here is the decision making. So the best decision making was that employees need to read the contract carefully from the company in details including the agreement about the termination. Majority of people are not aware that they are in danger of being dismissed until they are formally notified of the final decision. Taking the time to read and comprehend the contract and agreement will put you a step ahead of an employer who may decide to evaluate their treatment on you. Employees must seek clarification from their employer and human resource HR to ensure that they really understand the entire agreement and that there is no misinterpretation between employer and employee. As an employer, they must provide a program and training to enlighten all employees about any problems that may arise in the future at the workplace, such as wrongful dismissal, discrimination, and so on.
Industrial relations are the interaction between the employers and employees at work, as well as their respective rights to advancement and well-being. When one side violates the agreement, the relationship changes from being friendly to hostile. The existence of several labor laws and creation of labor tribunals and the existence of trade unions all serve to legitimize issues like employment discrimination based on factors such as sex, gender, nationality, pregnancy, handicap, and age and religion. One effect of the hostile connection between the two is just employees' unjustified termination. No group is prepared to be victorious, so the fight for equal rights will never be won. That is all from us. Thank you.